Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel, and we're going to bring you Game 2 using Strat-O-Matic Baseball, the best of 7, 1975 Cincinnati Reds versus the Italian-American Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox Italian-American style took Game 1 5-3 in a thriller, a nail-biter down to the wire, as the bullpen held on through a miraculous catch by Dominic DiMaggio in center. Frank Viola would get the win, and the fifth pitcher out of the bullpen, fifth or sixth, Jeff Facero, would get the save. Hope everyone's doing well on this Tuesday evening. The Italian-American Boston Red Sox, a team I created using Strat-O-Matic's all-time free agent file up to 2016. And the way that team is created, you had to have an association with the Boston Red Sox. And it is an average of 162 game season for that player. The year that is shown on the card is the player's rookie year. As we're getting our second screen up, bear with me a moment. Well, the second screen's up. Alrighty. Let's get to the lineups and play Game 2, best of 7. The Red Sox lead the series 1-0. As they won 5-3 in Game 1. Winning pitcher Frank Viola. The losing pitcher was the losing pitcher for the Reds, Don Gullett, was the losing pitcher for the Reds. Alrighty, for the Cincinnati Reds, leading off, playing third base, Pete Rose, .317, 7 home runs, 74 ribbies in 1975. This Reds team is the 1975 Reds team as Strat-O-Matic Baseball. I purchased the season a few months back. Batting second, the MVP of 1975 in the National League, Joe Morgan, .327, 17 homers, 94 ribbies. Batting third, Johnny Bench, the catcher. He homered off Frank Viola in the top of the first in Game 1. .283, 28 home runs, 110 runs driven in. Batting fourth, Tony Perez, playing first base. .282, 20 home runs, 109 runners knocked in. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Speak Softly Carry a Big Boomstick, George Foster. 300 batting average, 23 home runs, 78 ribbies. Batting sixth, the shortstop Davey Concepcion, .274, 5 home runs, 49 RBI. Batting seventh, the designated hitter Dan Dreesen, .281, 7 home runs, 38 ribbies. Batting eighth, the right fielder Ken Griffey Sr., known back in 1975 as Ken Griffey, .305, 4 homers, 46 RBI. Batting ninth, outstanding defensive center fielder Cesar Geronimo, .257, 6 home runs, 53 runners knocked in. On the hill for Game 2 for the Italian-American Boston Red Sox, Rick Porcello, and his 162-game average over his career would be 13-10 with a 4.20 ERA in 30 starts, giving up 20 gopher balls, striking out 124, walking 42. Yeah, let's try and get our second screen up again. Behind the plate, Rick Cerone gets the start in Game 2, -1 for a catching arm. Rico Brogna gets the start at first base. Mark Loretta is back at second, and Rico Petrocelli back at short. Frank Malzone gets the start at third. Zeke Zarrella's in left with a -2 arm. Dominic DiMaggio's in center with a -3 arm. And Bernie Carbo is in right with a -3 arm. So Pete Rose is at the plate. Cerrone goes out to talk to Porcello to give him the final instructions before the first pitch to Charlie Hustle. Rose is looking for a 5-2 column. Corner's playing normal. Here's the pitch from Porcello to Pete Rose, and here comes the start of game 2. And it is a 1-4 to Charlie Hustle. Pete Rose, 1-4 off his card, not a column of choice, 1-4. Ground ball hit right back to Porcello. He snares it and throws to Bronya. 1 down. Corners move in for Joe Morgan. Morgan's looking for the 5-1 column. Left-handed batting second baseman, won the National League MVP in '75. Cerrone sets the target. Here's the pitch to Morgan, and he gets column of choice. That is a 1 column and an 8, so it's a 1-8 for little Joe Morgan. 1 out, no one on. And Morgan works a walk. So 1 out, 1 on. Morgan, excellent base runner. And here comes Johnny Bench. Bench hit a 2-run blast off Frank Viola in Game 1 in the top of the first. Can he repeat that in Game 2 off Rick Porcello? Bench right-handed batting catcher. He's looking for the 2-5 column. Morgan can't get the jump from first. Good job by Porcello and Bronya to hold Joe Morgan. Full attention goes to Johnny Bench now. Again, he's looking for the 2-5. Cerrone wiggles the fingers. Here's the windup and the pitch from Porcello to Johnny Bench. And that is a 4-12 to Johnny Bench. 4-12 off the Porcello card. Morgan's at first, 1 out. And Bench drives this ball deep. And that is a 10. So Johnny Bench gives this ball a ride. Deep to left. Zeke Zarrella at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch. Nice catch by Zeke Zarrella, robbing extra bases from Johnny Bench. Quickly scampering back to first is Joe Morgan. 2 outs. And here comes Tony Perez. Perez batted .282 with 20 home runs in '75. He's looking for the 3-5 column. Porcello gets the sign, the windup, and the pitch to Tony Perez, and Perez gets column of choice. He gets the 3 column and a 6. So it's a 3-6 for Tony Perez. Morgan will be off at first, 2 outs, and Perez will get himself a hit. And that is a 10, so he will single. Will Morgan go first to third? That's the question with 2 outs. Morgan, an excellent base runner. As that's a single, hard single to center. Dominic DiMaggio has the ball, and Morgan thinks better of running on Joe's younger brother, Dominic. So 2 on, 2 outs for George Foster. Foster's looking for the 1-5 column. Morgan at second, Perez at first. Morgan, an excellent base runner. At second, Perez average, 1 through 10. Foster digs in the right-hander's batter's box. Cerrone sets the target, the windup and the pitch from Porcello. And Foster gets a 1, column of choice, and a 5. Could do damage here off Porcello. He's going to see a pitch to hit. 1-5, 2 outs, 2 on, top of the first. And Foster hits this ball hard. And that is an 11, so that's going to be a single for George Foster. Morgan should be able to score with 2 outs, as that's a single to left. Zarrella charges it. 1 through 16. Joe Morgan is safe. And they'll let the run score, so Morgan will score from second. Perez will hold at second as Zarrella throws into the cutoff man, Rico Petrocelli. Morgan should And here comes Davy Concepcion. The Reds once again jump out on top, 1-0. So Perez at second, Foster at first, and here's Davy Concepcion, shortstop, looking for the 5-2 column. Righty-righty matchup. Porcello picks up the sign from Cerrone. Cerrone sets a target. Here's the pitch to Concepcion, and it is a 4 column and a 3 off the Rick Porcello card. 4 and 3. What will it be? We shall see. Runners off on contact with 2 outs, and that's a ball hit right back at Porcello, and that is a 19. And Porcello fields the hard hit ball quite cleanly, and now he'll throw to Rico Brogna. And that's an 8. And the side is retired. So Concepcion grounds out to Porcello, strands 2. Cincinnati gets 1. The Red Sox get out cheaply. We go to the bottom of the first, 1-0, 1975 Cincinnati Reds. Due up Dominic DiMaggio and the rest of the Boston Red Sox. So let's go through the Italian-American Boston Red Sox batting order. Dominic DiMaggio is playing center, 298, 8 home runs, 62 ribbies. That's 162 game average of his career. Mark Loretta batting second, playing second base, 295, 7 home runs, 53 ribbies. Batting third, the designated hitter, Dante Bichette, 299, 21 home runs, 96 runners driven in. The cleanup hitter playing left field, Al Zeke Zarella, rookie year 1943, 276, 5 homers, 43 ribbies. Very clutch hitter, though. Batting fifth, playing third base, Frank Malzone, 274, 12 home runs, 71 ribbies. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Rico Brogna, 269, 11 home runs, 51 ribbies. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Bernie Carbo, 264, 9 home runs, 34 RBI. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, Rico Petrocelli, 251, 18 home runs, 69 runners driven in. And batting ninth, doing the catching, Rick Cerrone, 245, 5 homers, 34 RBIs. Corners playing in for Dominic DiMaggio. He's looking for the 4-2 column. On the mound for the Cincinnati Reds, Jack Billingham. In 1975, 15 wins, 10 losses. An ERA, not so good, though, 4.11 in 32 starts. He gave up 22 gopher balls, struck out 79, walked 76. Billingham does have control issues. Behind the plate, the excellent Johnny Bench with a -4 arm. Tony Perez at first, Morgan at second, Concepcion at short, and Pete Rose at third. Foster's in left with a -1 arm. Geronimo's in center, absolutely outstanding with a -5 arm. And Ken Griffey, senior that is in right with a -1 arm. Reds lead 1-0 as we're in the bottom of the first now. And here's Dominic DiMaggio looking for the 4-2 column. Corners are in. Here's the pitch to the little professor. And it is a 6 column, so it's going to be off the Billingham card. It is a 6-5 for Dominic DiMaggio, 6-5. And that's a ground ball to Davy Concepcion. Very smooth fielder. And that is an 18. So he glides to the ball, picks it up in one scoop, and now fires to first and Tony Perez, and that is a 9. Out number 1. As DiMaggio grounds out to Concepcion. Now bring up the hot-hitting Mark Loretta. Loretta is looking for the 4-3 column. The windup and the pitch from Billingham. And it is a 2 column off the Loretta card, so it's going to be a 2 and a 10. Not a column of choice for Mark, 2-10. Loretta line shot right at Tony Perez. Good reaction by Perez, 2 down. So Loretta continues to hit the ball hard, but he has nothing to show for it there. And here comes Dante Bichette. Bichette had a good game one. Bichette's looking for the 4-3 column. Bench sets the target. Here's the pitch to Dante Bichette. Billingham deals Bichette a 5. So that's going to be off the Billingham card. A 5 and a 5. And that's a fly ball out to Geronimo in center. He backs up a bit. Makes the catch. Side retired. 1-2-3 go the Italian-American Boston Red Sox. Top of the second, 1-0, 1975 Reds. Due up for the 75 Reds, Dreesen, Griffey, and Geronimo to face Rick Porcello. Dreesen looking for the 5-1. Here's the pitch from Porcello. And it's a 6 column off the Porcello card and a 6, so it's a Route 66. And Dreesen drives this ball deep. And that's a 17. Will the ballpark hold it? As he drives that ball to right, Bernie Carbo racing back at the bullpen wall. He leaps, and he makes the catch. Bernie Carbo robs Dan Dreesen of an HR puffin stuff. The fans go wild. Great catch by Bernie Carbo in right. Porcello, heart flutters a little lightly now, as he does not give up the home run. Here comes Ken Griffey. Porcello stares out at his right fielder and smiles. Now puts his full attention at Ken Griffey. Griffey looking for the 5-3 column. He's an A bunter. Corners are in. So Malzone in at third, Bronya in at first. Here's the pitch to Griffey from Porcello, and it is a 4. Not a column of choice, a 4-7 off the Porcello card. 4-7, 1 out, no one on. Ground ball to Mark Loretta at second. And that is a 4. So that's going to get through. Loretta cannot make the play. The throw-in from the outfield is triple deuces. That's a 6. So Griffey singles past the dive of Loretta, and he is on. So 1 out, 1 on for Cesar Geronimo, the number 9 batter. Geronimo is a C bunter. Red Sox looking to turn 2 with Petrocelli and Loretta up the middle. Griffey, 1 through 17 base runners, 70% chance of stealing second. He's off with the pitch. Cerrone, 1 through 14. Griffey is safe. We're going to throw down. We need a 15 or better. Here's the throw from Rick Cerrone, and it's not going to be in time. That is a 10. So Griffey steals second, and he is in scoring position with 1 out. So Geronimo has a duck out on the pond, as we say. On deck, Pete Rose. Again, Geronimo looking for the... Oh my God, Griffey's going to try to steal... Griffey's going to try to steal third. And 1 through 11, he's safe. 4%. We're going to throw down. So we need a 12 or better. Cerrone throws. It's a 17. You are out, Mr. Griffey. Go find some pine, young man. So Cerrone throws out Griffey. What the heck was he thinking? So now there's 2 outs. Base is empty. And still Cesar Geronimo at the plate. And here's the pitch to Cesar Geronimo looking for the 5-2. Instead, he gets a 6 column and an 8. Off the Porcello card, 6-8. I don't think this is a good result for Porcello. Actually, I'm wrong. It is a good result. Strike 3 looking. Side retired. So Griffey steals second. Feeling his oats, he tries to go for third, and Rick Cerrone throws him out. Bottom of the second, 1-0, 1975 Cincinnati Reds over the Italian-American Boston Red Sox. Joining us here at the ball game is Clinton Parks. He says, "Hey, Al. Check out that wonderful retro baseball channel. National Pastime 3, Digital Diamond Baseball, and some out-of-the-ballpark baseball." So here comes Al Zeke Zarella. He'll be followed by Frank Malzone and Rico Bronya. Zarella looking for the 4-2 column, the windup and the pitch from Billingham. And it's a 2 column for Al Zeke Zarella. So it's a 2-4. Can Zarella... It's a 2 and a 4. Zarella's going to get a pitch to hit. And he singles. So Zarella singles hard to right. Tying run at first base. Zarella on 1 through 11 base runner. And here's Frank Malzone getting a start here today. Malzone looking for the 4-1 column. Perez holding Zarella on. Bench sets the target. Billingham rocks and fires. Here's the pitch to Frank Malzone, and he gets a 1. Column of choice, a 1-7 for Frank. 1-7 for Frank Malzone. And Malzone will single to center. Zarella will hold up at second, as he will be gunned out by 3 weeks if he tries to go to third. Click on hold all runners, Al. There you go. So first and second. And here's Rico Brogna. And why we inserted Rico Brogna into the lineup, I'm going to show you something which I just figured out today. Because sometimes Al Red Sox fan doesn't pay attention. Okay, here's something interesting. Let's just go to Rico Brogna. Down here, you see CLAV. I believe that is clutch average. His clutch average is 269. That's really good compared to the rest of the Red Sox. And I'm just going to show you something else. If you look at Frank Malzone's clutch average, his regular average, 274. His clutch average, 283. Al Zeke Zarella, 276. Clutch average, 276. Anyway, so we tried that. And here's Rico Brogna, chance to knock in Zarella. Again, not the speediest players on base. Brogna is looking for a 4-3. Here's the pitch to Rico Brogna, and he gets a 1. So it's off his card, not a column of choice, a 1-6. From Billingham, 1-6. And not so clutch there. Strike 3 looking. And here comes Bernie Carbo. So 1 out, 2 on. Zarella the tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. So Carbo has 2 ducks out on the pond. If you just joined us, Bernie Carbo robbed Dan Dreesen of a home run to right. And now, can he do some damage with the bat? Carbo looking for the 4-3. Billingham nods his head. Bench sets the target. Here's the pitch to Bernie Carbo. And he gets a 4 column. And an 8. So it's going to be a 4-8. 4-8. And Carbo singles to right. And Zarella scores. Malzone goes first to third. We have a tie ball game. Bernie Carbo picks up his second RBI of the series. He had 1 as a pinch hitter with a sac fly in the 5-3 victory in late. And here's Rico Petrocelli. So Bernie Carbo proves the Red Sox manager, Al Red Sox fan, proud as we put him in the starting lineup. Went with a little unorthodox lineup here. But it's a tie ball game. Here's Rico Petrocelli. Corners in, protecting against the squeeze play. Sparky Anderson must be smoking some of that wacky tobacco. We're not squeezing with Rico Petrocelli, that's for sure. Malzone at third. Carbo at first. Petrocelli at the plate looking for the 4-3. The windup and the pitch from Jack Billingham. And it's a 4. So it's a column of choice for Rico Petrocelli off the Billingham card. 4-5. And Petrocelli's going to smash this ball deep to center field. Cesar Geronimo could have a motorcycle. He's not going to get that. And it's going to be high off the center field wall. Malzone trots in. Carbo will hold up at third. So it's 2-1 Red Sox, as Carbo only had a slim chance of coming all the way around to score. So Rico Petrocelli comes through in the clutch. And it's 2-1 Italian-American Boston Red Sox over the 75 Reds. And here comes Rick Cerrone starting instead of Mike Napoli. Napoli had a decent game yesterday. I think he had a hit. But here's Rick Cerrone. Cerrone looking for the 4-3 column. Carbo, a 1-11 base runner. Petrocelli, 1-12. Here's the pitch from Billingham to Cerrone, and it's a 5, so it's off the Billingham card. It is a 5 and an 8, and that's not good. I'm not sensing good things for Cerrone. 5-8, 1 out, 2 on. Red Sox up 2-1. And Cerrone's jammed. That's going to be a sky-high pop-up on the outfield grass to Tony Perez at first. He makes the catch. Clutch pitching by Billingham. So 2 outs. Carbo at third. Petrocelli at second. 2-1. Italian-American Red Sox here in the bottom of the second. Here comes the little professor, Dominic DiMaggio. He is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. He awaits the offering from Jack Billingham. Here's the pitch from Billingham. DiMaggio looking for the 4-2. He gets the 2 column and a 7. So the little professor gets the 2-7 here. Column of choice. And that's a single. So Dominic DiMaggio takes that ball to left. Carbo races in. And so does Petrocelli, as he got a great read on that with 2 outs. And the Italian-American Red Sox have put 4 up here on Jack Billingham and the 75 Cincinnati Reds. They now have taken the lead 4-1. DiMaggio is at first, and here comes the hot-hitting Mark Loretta. He lined out to Tony Perez in the first. And Billingham... Anderson goes out, but Dr. Hook again does not yank his starter. He did the same thing with... Gullett yesterday. He didn't take him out. So Captain Hook is not hooking. And here's Mark Loretta 0 for 1. Loretta looking for the 4-3. Mark Loretta was the MVP in the 7-game series against the Yankees of 2017 for the Italian-American Boston Red Sox. Here's the pitch to Loretta. And he gets a 1 and a 9. Not a column of choice, though. Off the Loretta card, 1-9. That's a hard hit ball to Concepcion. He'll flip to Morgan, who steps on the bag at second side, retired. But the Italian-American Boston Red Sox strike for 4 runs. And we go to the top of the third. The I-Tie Red Sox 4. The Cincinnati Reds of 75 1. Joining us in the chat, ID Gesture. Check out that wonderful channel as Quentin Park says, come on, where is the rest of the insane asylum? As Insane Asylum fan, ID Gesture said, what's up, Mr. Sexy Pants? And I'm not talking about you, Quentin. Check out ID Gesture's channel. He has a Bo Jackson game up for the Royals. Very good. It was a very good game. Caught the last 3 innings, I believe. I don't get my notifications all the time, and that really upsets me. So I'm gonna have to I'm gonna click my notifications on and then off again. I think maybe that will jolt it. So here's Porcello, top of the order for the Reds. Rose, Morgan, and bench. Pete Rose 0 for 1 off Rick Porcello. Here's the pitch, and Rose puts the bunt down. Malzone fields it and fires the Bronya, and they get Rose by a step. Nice play by Malzone and Rico Bronya. 1 down. Here comes Joe Morgan. Corners once again in. Malzone in at third. Bronya in at first. Morgan walked his first time up. Here's the pitch to little Joe Morgan, and Morgan is looking for the 5-1 column. Instead, he gets a 4 column off the Porcello card. It's a 4-9. 4-9. That's a fly ball out to Bernie Carbo. Carbo measures it, makes the catch. 2 away. So 2 outs, base is empty. Top of the third. Here's Johnny Bench. He's 0 for 1 today. He had a 2-run homer yesterday off Frank Viola in the first inning. No such luck this time. Bench digs in the right-hander's batter's box. Porcello looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He deals to Bench, and it is a 1 column. Not a column of choice, so it's a 1-6. 1-6 off the Bench card. And that's a fly ball out to Al Zeke Zarella in left. Zarella coming in, and he makes the running catch. Side, retired. We go to the bottom of the third, 4-1, Italian-American Boston Red Sox. And due up for the Red Sox, Bichette, Zarella, and Malzone. Dante is 0 for 1. Billingham's ready to work. He deals to Bichette. And it is a 5 column, not a column of choice. Dante was looking for the 4-3. So that is a 5-10 off the Billingham card to Dante Bichette, 5-10. And that's a ground ball to Davy Concepcion at short. The smooth fielding Davy Concepcion, and that is a 10. So Concepcion fields the ball, and in one motion throws to first. Here's the error check on the throw, and that's an 8. So Pichette is out, 6-3. So 1 out, and here comes Al Zeke Zarella. Zarella's 1 for 1 with a run scored. He was part of that 4-run uprising in the bottom of the second. That gave the Red Sox Italian-American version the 4-1 lead. Zarella looking for the 4-2 column. The windup and the pitch to Zarella. And Billingham deals a 5 column and an 8 off the Billingham card. 5-8 to Al Zeke Zarella. And Zarella rips this shot, and Morgan leaps high in the air. Little Joe Morgan had some ups there. He makes the catch for out number 2. Joining us in the chat is Chrissy of Old Stones, big Game of Thrones fan, and an excellent reading voice. Check out her channel. She reads these short stories. Really cool. So that's Chrissy of Old Stones. Thank you very much, my friend, for stopping by. And with 2 outs, here comes Frank Malzone. He's 1 for 1 with a run scored. Malzone looking for the 4-1 column. Bench wiggles the finger, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Malzone, and Billingham deals Malzone a 5 column off his card, so it's a 5-5 to Frank Malzone. Billingham looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. Malzone lifts that ball to center field. Geronimo measuring it, comes in a bit, makes the catch, side retired, 1-2-3 go, the Italian-American Boston Red Sox. Go to the top of the 4th. The 1975 Cincinnati Reds won, the Italian-American Boston Red Sox 4. Game 2, best of 7. The Red Sox took Game 1, 5-3. Due up to face Rick Porcello, Tony Perez, George Foster, and Davy Concepcion. Perez is 1 for 1, looking for the 3-5 column. Porcello rocks and delivers to Perez, and Perez gets column of choice, 5 and a 5 to Tony Perez. And Perez gets his second hit, as that's a single past the dive of Rico Petrocelli into left field. ID Gesture, she has the most beautiful voice that you can ever believe. She reads these scary short stories. And she has one about this witch who turns this guy into a horse, and he reverses the... Oh, you gotta check that one out. That's my favorite one. That one. They're all good, but that's my favorite one. And she reads the prologue to the first book for Game of Thrones. So Perez is at first, 1 through 10 base runner. Baroni is playing behind him, and here comes Speak Softly, Carry a Big Boomstick. George Foster, 1 for 1 with a ribby. Cerrone has a word with Porcello. Now back behind the plate, squats down, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Foster, looking for the 1-5, and he instead gets a 4 column and an 8. So it's a 4-8 off the Porcello card. Perez at first, no outs on the 4-8. Ground ball to Malzone. He throws to Loretta. Perez goes in hard and breaks up the double play, upending Mark Loretta. So 1 out, and Foster takes the place of Perez at first. And here comes Davy Concepcion, the Red shortstop, 0 for 1. Bronia holding on Foster. Porcello will try to keep the ball low and induce a double play ball. Concepcion looking for the 5-2 column. Cerrone sets the target. Here's the pitch to Concepcion, and Porcello deals Davy Concepcion a 1 column and an 8. So it's a 1-8 off the Concepcion card. Not a column of choice, though. 1-8. Foster at first, 1 out. Hard hit ball to Malzone. Over to Loretta. Loretta leaps over Foster, throws to Bronia, double play, side retired. 5-4-3. Porcello slaps his glove and comes bounding off the mound to the dugout. Beatles eternally jumps in the chat. Musician extraordinaire. Magician extraordinaire. All around fine gent. And soon to be knighted by the Queen. We have an all-star cast here in the chat. Clinton Parks, check out that wonderful channel. ID Gesture. Check his channel out. It's absolutely beautiful, just like Clinton's. And a voice of an angel, as ID Gesture puts it. Chrissy of Old Stones, check her wonderful channel out. Beautiful reading voice. And Lovely. My favorite. She's like these scary short stories or poems, as she put it in the chat, like Grimm, Brother Grimm fairy tales, sort of. Maybe they are. I don't even know if they are. Also, the prologue of the first game from Game of Thrones, the book. Beal says, "Okay, Al, I'm throwing down the gauntlet. I challenge you to field an all-time Italian team against an all-time Irish team. Field me. What do you say?" We can do that, Beatles. We can do that. That will be fun, my friend. So here's Rico Brogna. He'll be followed by Bernie Carbo and Rico Petrocelli. Brogna is 0 for 1. He did not come up clutch with runners in scoring position his first time up. Brogna looking for the 4-3, the windup and the pitch from Jack Billingham. And Brogna gets a 6 column and a 10. Off the Billingham card, 6-10 for Rico Brogna. And Rico Brogna strikes this ball well. And that will be a 14. Will it get down for a hit? As he waits on that curveball, he lines the center, and it's going to drop in front of a charging Geronimo. So Rico Brogna gets a leadoff single here in the bottom of the fourth. And here comes Bernie Carbo. Carbo robbed the Cincinnati Reds designated hitter Dan Dreesen of a home run to right. When he raced back to the bullpen wall, he leaped up and he made the catch. And he is also singled in a run. So here's the pitch to Carbo looking for a 4-3. Billingham deals. Carbo gets 4. It's a 4 column and a 3. So it is a 4 column and a 3. What will it be? We shall see. Carbo works a walk. Good job by Bernie's on once again. Brogna moves up to second. No outs. Brogna at second, Carbo at first, and Rico Petrocelli, who doubled his first time up, knocking in a run. Licking his chops. Brogna takes his lead at second, 1 through 11 base runner. Carbo takes his lead at first, 1 through 11 base runner. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli, looking for the 4-3 column. And he gets a 6 column off the Billingham card, so it's a 6-8. Billingham hoping for a double play here, 6-8. No such luck as Brogna, as Petrocelli strikes out looking. So they do pick up 1 out. And here's Rick Cerrone. Cerrone is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Brogna at second, Carbo at first. 4-1 Italian-American Red Sox. They want to keep on tacking on runs. No lead is safe at Fenway, especially with their not-so-good pitching staff. Here's the pitch to Rick Cerrone. Billingham deals Cerrone a 5 column and a 10. Off the Billingham card, 5-10 to Rick Cerrone. It's a hard hit ball to short. This could be 2. And that's a 5. And this will be a double play unless there's a throwing error to Morgan. Now we go to the toss from Concepcion to Morgan. And that is a 3-3-2, and that's an 8. So that's going to be a 6 to 4 to 3 double play, inning over. Nice play as Concepcion smoothly fields the ball going towards the second bag. Flips to Morgan, who quickly spins and throws to Perez. Side is retired. Oh, that's not nice, ID. That's not nice. That's not nice, ID. Not nice. But that's okay. I understand. She does have a beautiful reading voice. I'm not going to read what you put in the chat. ID says he's going to mute me. I would mute me, too, if I was going to listen to Chrissy Oldstone's, of Oldstone, reading stories. Or you could just wait, ID. All right, due up for the Cincinnati Reds is 75. Dreesen, Griffin, and Geronimo, the bottom of third of the batting order. The 75 Reds trail 4-1 over the Italian-American Boston Red Sox. Porcello back out on the hill. Here's the pitch to Dreesen, who Carbo robbed of a home run. And Porcello deals Dreesen a 3 column and a 7. So it's a 3-7 off the Dreesen card. Not a column of choice, though. And that's a hard hit ball to Loretta. He goes to his right, he dives, and from his knees throws to Brogna, scoops it out of the dirt one way. Here's Ken Griffey, 1 for 1 left-handed batter. Porcello, oops. looks in, gets a sign from Cerrone. Cerrone sets the target. Here's the pitch to Ken Griffey Sr., and that is a 2 column off the Griffey card. It's a 2-4. So a 2 column and a 4 to Ken Griffey. 1 out, no one on. And Griffey works a walk. I believe that's the second walk Porcello has given up. And it is. And here comes Cesar Geronimo. He is 0 for 1. Petrocelli and Loretta hoping to turn 2 up the middle. Griffey, excellent base runner. He's not going anywhere. Here's the pitch to Geronimo from Porcello. And it's a 6 column off the Porcello card and an 11. So that is a 6-11 to Cesar Geronimo. And that's a fly ball out to left and now Zeke Zarella. And that is a 4. And Zarella makes a dive at it. He will not make the catch. And that's a 12. No error on the play. It will be a base hit. Zarella, valiant bid on the sinking line drive as he smothers the ball, but he does not make the catch. Griffey moves up 90 feet and stops. So, first and second, 1 out. Tying run comes a plate and Pete Rose. Charlie Hustle's 0 for 2. He's looking for the 5-2 column. Porcello's looking to induce another double play ball. Here's the pitch to Rose from Porcello, and it's a 6 column and an 8. So it is a 6 and an 8 off the Porcello card. Fastball. Strike 3! He catches the outside corner. Rose didn't like it, so there's 2 down now. And here comes Joe Morgan, the 1975 National League MVP, is 0 for 1 with a run scored. He walked once. If he homers, and he had 17 round trippers, HR Puffs and Stuffs, as Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming likes to say. Check out that wonderful channel, Bleacher Bums Gaming with Anthony. Auto racing, baseball, and boxing. Card and dice. All right, Morgan looking for the 5-1 column. Griffey at second, Geronimo at first. They'll be off on contact with 2 outs. The windup and the pitch from Porcello to Joe Morgan, the National League MVP in 1975. It is a 5 column. Column of choice for little Joe Morgan. So it's a 5 and a 10 off the Porcello card. Will he do damage? And he hits this ball hard. And that is a 10. Runners off on contact with 2 outs. And Morgan singles up the middle. DiMaggio charges hard. And Griffey will not, they will hold Griffey. They will not challenge Dominic DiMaggio's -3 arm. So bases are loaded for the ever-dangerous Johnny Bench. Bench homered in Game 1 off Frank Viola in the top of the first, a 2-run homer. If he homers now, the Cincinnati Reds of 1975 will take a 5-4 lead. So Rick Cerrone goes out to have a word on the mound with Porcello. He's met there by Frank Malzone and Rico Petrocelli. Quick word with Porcello. And here's Johnny Bench. Are they killing time here? But Porcello will face Bench. Bench looking for the 2-5. Again, he is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to Johnny Bench. And he gets a 3 column. So Porcello will make a fairly tough pitch here. So it's a 3 and an 11. So it's a 3 column to Johnny Bench and an 11. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Runners off on contact. Hard hit ball to Rico Petrocelli. He dives from his knees. Tosses to Loretta, who steps on the second base bag. Side retired. Rick Porcello pitches out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Italian-American Boston Red Sox 4. The 1975 Cincinnati Reds 1. Boy, the Reds squander a golden opportunity there. Due up for the Italian-American Boston Red Sox. Top of the order, Dominic DiMaggio, Mark Loretta, and Dante Bichette. The little professor, Dominic DiMaggio, 1 for 2 with 2 ribbies. Corners playing in to protect against the bunt. DiMaggio, a B bunter. He's not bunting now, though. Here's the pitch from Billingham to DiMaggio, and it's a 5 column off the Billingham card, so that's a 5 and a 12 off the Billingham card. 5-12 to Dominic DiMaggio, younger brother of Joe, and that's a fly ball out to right field, and Ken Griffey, and that is a 5, and DiMaggio As Griffey's going to make a dive for the ball. Error check is a 16. Griffey makes the dive. He will not get to the ball. He gets up. He fires it back in. It gets away from the cutoff man, Joe Morgan, and advancing to second base is Dominic DiMaggio. That is a single. And he advances to second on the throwing error by Ken Griffey. He's in scoring position for Mark Loretta. Loretta is 0 for 2. And Mark Loretta's clutch average is 281. Right over here, 281 under CLAV. So let's see if Mark Loretta can do his JOB here. Here's the pitch from Billingham to Loretta. No outs. DiMaggio's at second. And that is a 6 column off the Billingham card to Mark Loretta. So it's a 6 column and a 5. At least hit the ball to the right side. It's a ground ball to short. And again, Davey Concepcion, very smooth fielder. No errors there. No hits. And that's a 13. And that's a G1. So as long as he makes the throw to first. And here's the error check on the throw. And that is a 12. Concepcion throws to Perez. 1 down. Let's see if DiMaggio risks going to third. Concepcion looks him back. 1 through 13. We're going to hold him. Dante Bichette's up next. So DiMaggio will stay at second. He doesn't chance it. As here's Dante Bichette. Bichette is 0 for 2. He's looking for the 4-3 column. 1 out. DiMaggio takes his lead at second. Billingham looks over his shoulder. Now looks in at the plate to Johnny Bench. Here's the pitch to Dante Bichette. And it is a 2 column. Off the Bichette card, it is a 2-5. 2 and a 5. And Dante Bichette, hard hit ball to Pete Rose. He's up with it. Looks DiMaggio back. Throws to Perez. 2 down. So DiMaggio was on second base with no outs, and he's still there with 2 outs. And here comes Al Zeke Zarella, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Zarella with a chance to knock in a duck on the pond. And it's Dominic DiMaggio. He awaits the Billingham offering. Here's the pitch to Zarella, and that is a 1 column off the Zarella card. Not a column of choice, so that's a 110 to Al Zeke Zarella. This could be a huge squander for the Italian-American Boston Red Sox. As that's a hit ball bouncing to Perez at first. He grabs it, runs to the bag, steps on it, side retired. So DiMaggio was at second with no outs, and that's where he stayed. We go to the top of the 6th, 4-1 Italian-American Red Sox over the 1975 Cincinnati Reds. No, I'm not going to bunt for a hit, ID gesture. You bunt for hits. I don't bunt for hits. Now, I sometimes bunt for hits when I feel it. I don't feel it yet. ID gesture doesn't like when I try to bunt for hits. Because I do it a little bit. Due up for the big red machine of 75. Perez, Foster, and Concepcion to face Rick Porcello. Porcello has gone 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 run. He's walked 2, struck out 2. Perez is 2 for 2. Here's the pitch to Tony Perez from Rick Porcello, and that is a 4 column and a 10. So it's a 4-10 off the Porcello card for Tony Perez. Ground ball to Frank Malzone, and that is a 15. Malzone backhands the hard hit ball, throws to Bronya, and the error check is a 14, and that is an out. Mr. Perez, go find some pine. As Malzone throws to Bronya. 1 down. And here comes George Foster. The boomstick has knocked in 1 run. He's 1 for 2 with a ribby. Foster digs in that right-hander's batter's box. Here's the pitch from Porcello to George Foster. And that is a 3 column off the Foster card. So it's a 3-7 to George Foster. And that ball is scorched towards Petrocelli. Knocks it down, picks it up, and fires to Bronya for the out. 2 down. Porcello and the Italian-American Red Sox looking for another 1-2-3 inning here. And it's up to Davey Concepcion to stop it for the Cincinnati Reds at 75. Concepcion is 0 for 2. Rick Cerrone wiggles the fingers, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Concepcion. Porcello deals Concepcion a 5 column. A column of choice for Concepcion. It's a 5-4, so he's going to get a pitch to hit. And hit it he does as he singles to left. Zarella cuts the ball off. Concepcion made a wide turnaround first, but down 3, thought better of it. Excellent base runner, 1 through 17, 85% chance of stealing. And Porcello nearly picks off Concepcion. He just gets his hand in there under the Bronya tag. Bronya protesting the first base umpire. Cerrone yelling something at the umpire. They thought they had Concepcion. And here's Dan Dreesen, 0 for 2. Bernie Carbo robbed Dreesen of a home run. Porcello takes a peek at first. He deals to Dreesen looking for the 5-1 column. He'll get a 4 column and a 7. So a 4-7 off the Porcello card. 2 outs. Concepcion will be off on contact at first. This is a hard hit ball to Mark Loretta at second. And that is a 14. Loretta makes a nice play. He spins. And now he throws to first. And that is a 13. Side retired as Loretta throws to Bronya. Dreesen grounds out. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 4-1. Italian-American Boston Red Sox looking to take a 2-0 lead against the 1975 Cincinnati Reds. Joining us in the chat, Max Cornelius. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well. Check out Max Cornelius' channel. He has some Action PC baseball up there. Check out Chrissy Oldstones of Oldstones. Big Game of Thrones fan and like a wonderful reader of short stories, like Grimm fairy tales type. Also check out ID Gesture. Great sports channel, RPG channel, action, strategy, all around fun, good guy. Still battling that cold. He needs to get over that. And check out Mr. Clinton Parks. Retro Baseball. National Pastime 3. Digital Diamond Baseball. And a little out of the park baseball. Due up for the Italian-American Red Sox. Malzone, Bronya, and Carbo. Frank Malzone 1 for 2 with a run score. Billingham still on the mound for the Reds. He's gone 5 innings, 7 hits, 1 walk, 2 Ks. He's given up 4 runs, and they all came in the bottom of the 2nd. Since then, he's held the Red Sox in check. Red Sox have squandered a few moments. Here's the pitch to Malzone, and that is a 5 column off the Billingham card. A 5-6 to Frank Malzone. 5 column and a 6 to Frank. And Malzone will strike this ball hard, and Concepcion is right there and makes the catch. Malzone hit it right at Davey Concepcion. 1 out. Rico Bronia's 1 for 2. He's looking for the 4-3 column. Left-handed batting first baseman. The windup and the pitch from Billingham, and that is a 6 column off the Billingham card and Snake Eyes, so it's a 6-2 to Rico Bronya. And Bronya has an opportunity for hit number 2, and that's a 17. So I don't think this is a hit. And that's a line out to Joe Morgan, who took 1 step and a dive to his right, and Bronya is robbed of his 2nd hit, so 2 outs. Red Sox hit the ball hard so far with Malzone and Bronya, but nothing to show for it. And here's Bernie Carbo. He has singled and knocked in a run, and he walked his last time up. And he has also robbed Dan Dreesen of a home run. Here's the pitch to Bernie Carbo, one of the heroes of Game 6 of the 75 World Series. Carbo is dealt a 5 column off the Billingham card and a 10. A 5-10. Billingham and the Reds looking for a 1-2-3 inning, keeping a 3-run deficit. Ground ball to Davey Concepcion. Range check is a 2. He's going to make a dive at this. We don't know if he'll make the play. Now we have to check to see if there's a possible error. And that is a 9. So there'll be no error, but we don't know if Concepcion, as it's a 2G number sign, this ball might sneak through. And Carbo could pick up his 2nd hit. As that ball's going to the left, Concepcion makes a dive. And he makes it, pops up, fires to first. Carbo was out by a half step. What a play by Davey Concepcion. Side retired. We go to the top of the 7th. Due up for the Reds of 1975, and they trail the Italian-American Boston Red Sox by 3. Boston 4, Cincinnati 1. Griffey, Geronimo, and Pete Rose. Bullpen action for the Red Sox as Porcello, good for 92 pitchers, has thrown 87. Porcello has gone 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, giving up only 1 run. Griffey's 1 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch to Griffey from Porcello, and it's a 1 column and a 5 off the Griffey card. A 1-5 to Ken Griffey. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the sinker. So Porcello picks up his 3rd strikeout, and here's Cesar Geronimo, the number 9 batter. He is 1 for 2 off Porcello. On deck, Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose. Lenny DiNardo looks ready in the pen, but they're going to stick with Porcello here. Here's the pitch to Geronimo, and that is a 3 column off the Geronimo card. It's a 3-5. 1 out, no one on. 3-5. Top of the 7th. And Geronimo singles to center. Takes a wide turn, but stops. Goes back. 1 through 16 base run. Here's Pete Rose. Porcello has gotten him 3 times, including a strikeout. Cerrone goes out to the mound with 1 out and Geronimo at first. Top of the 7th. They're going to stick with Porcello here. Geronimo gets a good jump. He's going. 1 through 14. Cerrone's going to throw down. Needs a 15 or better. Come on, Rick Cerrone. And it's a 15! And you are out, Mr. Geronimo, as Rick Cerrone throws out his 2nd base runner. And that is huge. 2 outs now, base is empty. And now Porcello's full attention goes to Charlie Hustle. Pete Rose at the plate trying to keep the inning alive. Here's the pitch to Rose, and that is a 1 column and a 2. It's a 1-2. How do you do? Rose, line shot. Loretta makes the catch. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Italian-American Boston Red Sox here at Fenway Park 4. The 1975 Cincinnati Reds 1. This is Game 2, best of 7. And the trivia question, who was the regular 2nd baseman for the 1947 Brooklyn Dodgers? Oh, I know this. Who was the regular 2nd baseman for the 1947 Brooklyn Dodgers? One more time. Who was the regular 2nd baseman for the 1947 Brooklyn Dodgers? And it's not who you think. Believe me. It's not who you think. And now I forgot the guy's name, but it's not who you guys think. Oh, God. It's, not Stanky. Was that the guy's name? Anyhow. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and crack. Jack. I don't care if I ever go back for its root for your home team. If they lose, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. So the trivia question, who was the regular 2nd baseman for the 1947 Brooklyn Dodgers? Oh my God. I know this guy's name and I can't think of it. I say Stanky, but it's not it. Clinton Parks is Gilliam, I think. Nope. Oh my God, it's going to kill me. I know this guy's name. I can't remember it. It is Stanky. All right, I was right. Eddie Stanky, prior to Jackie Robinson. Robinson breaks in. He breaks the, as they called it then, the color barrier. He was the first African-American baseball player. 1948 was the first year Jackie Robinson. It was Stanky, Eddie Stanky. Okay. I thought I was wrong at first, but I was right. All right, due up for the Italian-American Boston Red Sox. As congratulations go to Rick Porcello in the dugout. His day is done. They will go to the bullpen for the 8th and the 9th. Is Rico Petrocelli, Rick Cerrone in the top of the order, Dominic DiMaggio. Petrocelli is 1 for 2 with a double and a ribby. Billingham still on the mound, 81 pitches, good for 93. He had that one bad hiccup of an inning. The bottom of the 2nd, Red Sox, Italian-American style, scored 4 runs. They have threatened in a few other innings, but not knocked anyone else across. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli from Billingham, and that is a 6 column off the Billingham card. 6-11 to Rico Petrocelli. And Petrocelli hits this ball hard, and that is a 12. So Petrocelli waits back on the curveball and singles right back up the middle. He picks up his second hit. And the corners move in for Rick Cerrone. Cerrone has thrown out 2 base runners. He's a C bunter. Napoli's our backup catcher. Napoli's a 0 arm. That -1 has come in handy, at least on the last throw. Andrew Benintendi was activated for this game. And he hits righties quite well, and he's a clutch average of 281. We also have Jack the Ripper, who homered in the first game. Anthony Rizzo is on the bench. Napoli's on the bench. Tony Caligniero's on the bench. I think we're going to go to the young Andrew Benintendi, but they'll probably bring in a pinch hitter. A pitcher. That's okay. We're going to go to Andrew Benintendi to pinch hit for Rick Cerrone. So Benintendi will see his first action for the Italian-American Boston Red Sox in a tournament, in a series. He's played a bit against the teams from the 30s, as I have the Italian-American Red Sox against the 30s decade teams. So here comes Andrew Benintendi, and his pitcher did not load. Well, he's a handsome fellow. Benintendi, in rookie year 2016, 295. This is, again, what will be projected out for him in his at-bats. 2 homers, 14 ribbies. That might actually be actual, because his rookie year was 2016. No. It's 2017 now. Yeah, that was his, last year was his rookie year. So, Benintendi strides to the plate. Will they stick with Billingham? They're going to stick with Billingham. So, Benintendi, left-handed batter. He hits righties at a 2R clip. Petrocelli's at first. Perez playing behind him. Here's the pitch from Billingham to Benintendi. Benintendi looking for the 4-1 column. He gets a 2 instead, so it's going to be off the Benintendi card, but not a column of choice. So that is a 2-12 to Andrew Benintendi. 2-12. And he's hit by a pitch. So Benintendi goes down to first. Petrocelli up to second. Here comes the little Professor Dominic DiMaggio. Chrissy of Old Stones asks, what's the difference between the Italian-American Red Sox and the Boston Red Sox? I never heard of the Italian-American ones. Well, you have to be of Italian-American descent to be on the Italian-American Boston Red Sox. Thus, everyone here has Italian heritage, and they played or were associated with the Boston Red Sox, whether they played in the minor league system or they were drafted. So that's the Italian-American Boston Red Sox. You can make an Italian-American New York Yankee team. You could make a African-American Boston Red Sox team, or a, it's an Yankee team, or an all-Latino team, and an all-Dominican team would be unbelievable. Lots of great players from the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, sort of like a World Classic, like they play in the World Classic baseball, except I take throughout the years for the Italian-American Boston Red Sox. So here comes Dominic DiMaggio, younger brother of Joe DiMaggio, the Yankee Clipper. 2 on, no outs. DiMaggio 2 for 3 off Billingham with 2 ribbies. Will Sparky Anderson finally give him the hook? No. Billingham will pitch to DiMaggio. Here's the pitch to Joe's little brother. He's looking for the 4-2 column. He gets the 2 column once again, and it's a 12. Ah, boy. So that's a 2 and a 12. So we'll get a pitch to hit. And he pops it foul, and making the catch is Johnny Bench as he throws his mask out in foul territory. 1 down. Oh, DiMaggio had a pitch to hit, and he missed it. And they stuck with Billingham. And here comes Mark Loretta. He has cooled off since Game 1 in his Yankees series. He's 0 for 3. Loretta has Petrocelli at second, Benintendi at first. Here's the pitch to Mark Loretta from Billingham. And that is a 5 column and a 10 off the Billingham card. 5-10. The Reds hoping for a double play ball here on the 5-10. Ground ball to Davy Concepcion. This could be 2. And that is a 9. The dot's down at the bottom. So if he makes the throw to Morgan, this will be a 6-4 to 3 double play. And out of the inning, the Reds will go. And that is a 3-2-2. So that is a 7. And that's a double play ball. So Loretta bangs to Concepcion, who flips to Morgan, who throws on to Tony Perez. Double play, inning over. And now we will have to bring in a catcher. And the catcher will be the only other catcher we have on the roster right now, Mike Napoli. Benintendi walked in his pinch hitting appearance, and he's out of the game now. And now we need a pitcher. And due up for the Cincinnati Reds, Morgan's a lefty, Bench is a righty, Perez is a righty, Foster's a righty. Okay. Morgan, the MVP, of 75 for the National League. And we're going to go to Dick Drago. Morgan's a lefty. Right? I did say that correct. Morgan. Okay. We're going to go to Lenny DiNardo, and his one job, Lenny DiNardo's one job, is to get Joe Morgan out. So here comes Lenny DiNardo. Okay, I forgot the catcher. I'm sorry. I forgot to put the catcher thing. Napoli was inserted in the 9th spot, but we forgot to say he's the catcher. And here comes Lenny DiNardo. He pitched in Game 1, but did not retire his lefty. D. Scott Howard's joined us in the chat. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well. How was your walk? D. Scott from the Pacific Northwest of the United States of America. He's been chomping at a bit for him and Ken Castro to get a wrestling match, tag team match versus the Legends of Wrestling. You know what? We might do that after. Oh, it's almost 11 now. I can't yell and scream. I wasn't feeling good over the weekend, D. Scott, or I would have done it. So here's Lenny DiNardo. And again, his one job is to get Joe Morgan out, the MVP of 1975 in the National League. Corners in. Malzone in at third. Bronya in at first. DiNardo deals to Morgan, who's swinging away, and that is a 6 column and a 6. So it's off the DiNardo card, 6-6. Hard ground ball to Malzone. He fires to Bronya. 1 away. And Lenny DiNardo does his J.O.B. He'll now be lifted for a right-handed, as coming up his bench, a bunch of righties. And then we have lefties, Dreesen, Griffey, and Geronimo. So Lenny DiNardo does his job. He gets Morgan out. Good job for the smiling Lenny DiNardo. And now, we never want to see Calvin Schiraldi ever again. If it wasn't for Dominic DiMaggio's amazing catch in center, we'd probably still be playing Game 1. So we're going to go. Actually, I think we can go to Jim Corsi. So Jim Corsi's coming in. Do we want to go to Corsi? How many pitches did he throw yesterday? Let's see. Notes. Pitching. Card. I don't like how they don't keep the stats for a playoff tournament. At least not here. I mean, you can get it, in the reports, but I can't get those reports here, I don't think. Well, it doesn't say he's fatigued. So, Corsi had a 3.25 earned run average. Drago, 3.62. I've not had good luck with Drago. We're going to go with Jim Corsi. So Corsi will relieve Lenny DiNardo. He's good for 17 pitches. He's done with his warm-up tosses. Jim Corsi in his 162-game average of his season. His rookie year was 1988. 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 save, 3.25 earned run average, striking out 28, walking 19, giving up 3 gopher balls. Does have a bit of a control issue every once in a while. And he'll face Johnny Bench. Reds down by 3, 1 out, top of the 8th. Bench looking for the 2-6 column. Napoli has a word with Corsi, now back behind the plate. Napoli with a neutral arm of 0. Here's the pitch to Johnny Bench. And it is a 3 column off the bench card, a 3-8 from Corsi. 3-8, 1 out, base is empty, top of the 8th. And Bench takes that curveball and just smacks it the other way as he singles. And here comes Tony Perez. So that was a 5-pitch at bat for Bench. He battled a bit. And Perez is 2 for 3. Bench with a 95% chance of stealing second. He can't get the lead. Good job by Corsi and Bronya holding him on. Drago's looking on from the bullpen. D. Scott Howard in the chat says, 8 miles of sunny trails this afternoon. Excellent, excellent. And D. Scott says, I see out of the ballpark all-star sale. Yeah, it's still half price. It's a wonderful game. If you like baseball, pick up out. And I'm not saying not to not play card and dice or not play your other baseball. Heck, I have a gazillion baseball games. I play them all. I enjoy them all. But I'm telling you, that way you get out of the ballpark, you save some money, you still can buy your other stuff too, but you might say, hey, I don't have to get that season because they have all the seasons out of the ballpark, and maybe I'll just wait and get the one season I want for, say, Strat. You know what I'm saying? So here's Tony Perez, 1 out, Johnny Bench at first. Corsi, the windup and the pitch to Perez, and that is a 1 column off the Perez card, a 1-7. 1-7. It's going to be lucky 7 for one of these teams. Hard hit ball to Petrocelli. Over to Loretta on to Bronya. Double play, inning over. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Yankees lost? Yes! Red Sox pick up another game. Beautiful. 3.5 on top. The real Red Sox. So, Corsi induces the double play ball. Side retired. 6-4-3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Italian-American Red Sox looking to take a 2-0 lead in this best of 7 before they go to Cincinnati for 3 games, and there's no DH in Cincinnati. 4-1 Boston, Italian-American style. Due up to face Jack Billingham. He gave up 4 runs all in the second. Since then, goose eggs. He's been in and out of trouble, but no runs have crossed the board since the bottom of the second. Bichette, Zarella, and Malzone. Bichette is 0 for 3. Dante Bichette is 0 for 3. And here comes Jack the Ripper to pinch hit for Dante Bichette. Feel a little Jack the Ripper magic. He homered in game 1. Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming does not think Jack the Ripper's Italian. Look it up. Just look at him. He has meatball written all over his face. And he actually is Italian. He's in the Italian-American Baseball Hall of Fame. Alrighty. So Jack the Ripper, Jack Clark, homered yesterday. And his rookie season, 1975, 162-game average. You can look these up in Baseball Reference, and they're fairly close. They're pretty much the same. Every once in a while, there's a slight discrepancy. I never figured out why. 267, 25 homers, 85 ribbies. He had a good game 1. And now he pinch hits for the 0-3, Dante Bichette. The Ripper, Jack the Ripper, looking for the 4-1 column. The windup and the pitch from Billingham. And it is a 3 column off the Jack the Ripper card. So that is a 3-6 to Jack Clark. A 3 column and a 6. And that is a big swing and a miss. Strike 3. Actually, he checked his swing. Doesn't matter. It's in the strike zone. So 2 outs. Here's Zeke Zarella. Zarella, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Looking to extend the inning here. And get it to Frank Malzone. Bench sets the target. Here's the pitch from Billingham to Zarella. And that is a 3 column off the Zarella card. Not a column of choice. So it's a 3 column and a 6. A 3-6 to Al Zeke Zarella. And he works a walk. Good job by Zeke. And here comes Frank Malzone, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Malzone looking for the 4-1. Sparky Anderson sticking with Jack Billingham. Here's the pitch. And Billingham deals Malzone a 2 and a 5. So it's a 2-column and a 5 off the Frank Malzone card. 2-5. And Malzone, if he gets a 1, he triples. And it's a 6. So that will be out number 3 on a marvelous play by the fielder. Where's the 6? There's the 6, Al. So Malzone smashes his ball to the gap, but making the diving catch to right center is Cesar Geronimo. That's only 2 outs. So I need more coffee. I missed the outs. So he saves extra bases, and here comes Rico Brogna. Brogna's 1 for 3. Brogna's 1 for 3. And Brogna will be called back for Anthony Rizzo. And here's Anthony Rizzo to hit for Rico Brogna. He'll stay in and play first base. And here's Anthony. Anthony, rookie, 2011. 162 game average over all of his stats up to 2016. 267 batting average, 21 homers, 71 ribbies. He started game 1. Now comes into pinch hit and will play first. Anthony's looking for the 4-1 column. Sparky Anderson sticking with Billingham. Here's the pitch to Rizzo, and it's a 6 column. So it's going to be off the Billingham card. So Billingham has really settled down. He's been in trouble, but pitched out of it. It's only the bottom of the second that got him. So that's a 6 column and a 3 to Anthony Rizzo. Zarella's at first, being held on by Perez. He'll be off on contact with 2 outs. Ground ball to Tony Perez. And Anthony might have a hit here. That's an 11. So Perez fields the ball and throws to Billingham, covering the bag. Error check. And that's an 8. And he throws the ball away. So Rizzo reaches on the throwing error by Tony Perez. And Zarella advances to second. So they should be out of the inning. Instead, first and second, 2 outs for Bernie Carbo. Carbo 1 for 2. He's singled, knocked in a run, and he has walked. Bernie can do some more damage here. And that's it. Finally, Sparky Anderson, Captain Hook, does his Captain Hook routine. He takes out Billingham for Clay Kirby. And Kirby in 1975, 10 wins, 6 losses, and 19 starts. Gave up 13 home runs, so this is a starter pitching out of the bullpen right now. Struck out 68, walked 54, and Carbo's very patient. Clay Kirby, is a right-handed thrower. Let me just make sure. R down there. Yep, right hand. So Carbo still hits righties quite well. Kirby's done with his warm-up tosses. Bench has a word with him. Now sets the defense. Goes back behind the plate. Squats down. Sets the target. Here's the pitch to Bernie Carbo. 2 outs. 2 on. 4-1 Italian-American Red Sox over the 75 Cincinnati Reds. Here's the pitch. And it is a 6 column off the Clay Kirby card. So that's a 6-10 to Carbo. 6-10 to Bernie Carbo. Hard hit ball to Davey Concepcion. And that is a 13. Concepcion's up with it. He's going to flip to Joe Morgan to try to force out Anthony Rizzo at second. Error check. Oh boy, 3 4s. And that's a 12. And inning over. As Morgan steps on the second base bag. Once again, the Red Sox threaten but do not score. And we need a first baseman. And the first baseman would be Anthony Rizzo. He'll stay in to play first. Loretta. I believe Loretta's a better fielding. That's a third base 3, E9. I think that's better than Frank Malzone. Third base 3, E21. I think the lower the number, the better, I think. But you know what? We're going to keep everything the same. If we put Merloni at second like we did before, we move Loretta to third, and we only have Tony Caligiero on the bench, which is fine. You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to move Merloni into Malzone's spot. He's going to play second base for defensive purposes. And then Mark Loretta will move from second to third, because I think he's the better fielder. And Rizzo stays in to play first. Clark stays in at DH, but we don't want to see that come up. If Clark comes up, that means we lost the lead. And due up for the Reds, who trail by 3 in the top of the ninth, 4-1. Foster's a righty, Concepcion's a righty, then 3 lefties. Corsi is good for another batter. We're going to let Corsi pitch. He induced the double play ball. Foster's 1 for 3 with an RBI. The windup and the pitch from Corsi to Foster. And it is a 6 column of choice for Foster, a 6-6. So can Foster break out the boom bat on the 6-6? And he singles to right, so he goes to left, excuse me. He turns on the fastball, and that's going to be it for Jim Corsi. And here comes Davey Concepcion. Foster's at first. Rizzo will hold him on. And now we're going to go to Dick Drago. So Dick Drago will come in the game for Jim Corsi. Dick Drago, rookie year 1969. Career 162 game average. Again, you can look this up in Baseball Reference for his career. 10 wins, 11 losses, 3.62, and 5 saves. 17 starts throughout his career. He would average a year. At the end, he was predominantly a reliever. 14 home runs, 89 strikeouts, 50 walks. So he'll face Davey Concepcion, no outs. Foster at first. Here's the pitch from Drago to Concepcion, and that is a 5 column. Off the Drago card, 5 and a 2, so that's snake eyes, 5-2. Strike 3 swinging, he challenged Concepcion with a fastball and blows it by him, 1 down. And here comes Dan Dreesen. Dreesen's 0 for 3, got robbed of a home run by Bernie Carbo. Foster's at first. They're going to stick with Drago. Dreesen digs in, ready to grip and rip. The windup and the pitch. And Drago deals Dreesen a 3 column off his card, not a column of choice, so it's a 3-3. What will it be? We shall see. Red Sox hoping for a double play to end the ball game on the 3-3. Hard hit ball to Lou Merloni. Merloni over to Petrocelli, on to Anthony Rizzo. Ball game over. The Italian-American Boston Red Sox take the first 2 games of this best-of-7 here at Fenway, and they will travel to Cincinnati with a chance to close it out. What a job by the Italian-American Boston Red Sox. They hold the Big Red Machine to 1 run. Jack Billingham had many hiccups, but the big hiccup came in the bottom of the 2nd inning where he gave up 4 runs. The Italian-American Boston Red Sox 4. The 1975 Cincinnati Reds 1. Dick Drago picks up the save. Timely pitching by the Boston Red Sox. Corsi in the bottom of the 8th. On the top of the 8th gets a double play ball to end the inning. And Drago in the top of the 9th gets a double play ball to end the game. We stayed the heck away from Calvin Schiraldi. We might even deactivate Schiraldi and go with Bryce Flory. I don't know. Schiraldi has never done well for me in this game. Let's go to the box score. And let's make this big. Okay. Fit to screen. I'd like to thank everyone who joined us in the chat. We had a good chat, a good game. Hope everyone enjoyed it. My fictional Italian-American Boston Red Sox. I always like playing them. Cheers me up. Alrighty. Before we do that, as always, let's say our thank yous to the lovely people who joined us in the chat. Thank you to Clinton Parks. Check his channel out. YouTube channel, National Pastime 3 Baseball, and some Out of the Ballpark Baseball, Digital Diamond Baseball. Thank you to D. Scott Howard, wonderful friend of the channel. Thank you to Chrissy of Old Stones. Big Game of Thrones fan. Check her channel out. That's Chrissy of Old Stones. Clinton Parks. Check out his channel. All you have to do is hover over their name and then go to their channel. As Clinton Parks says, the Insane Asylum rules. Yes, it does. We're all right for the Insane Asylum. Thank you to ID Jester, another great channel. Check our good friend ID Jester out. Lots of fun stuff on there. Max Cornelius, thank you very much, my friend. Check out his channel, Action PC Baseball. Clinton ID Jester has a Bo Jackson Royals baseball game up, along with RPG games, action games, adventure games, strategy games, all kinds of stuff. Thank you to Beatles Eternally, moderator extraordinaire, good friend of the channel. And I think that's everyone. So thank you very much. Alrighty, let's go to the box score. As D. Scott Howard says, fun one, Al, thanks. I might play another game because I don't fall asleep. Insomnia is a wonderful thing. Not really. Alrighty, so Rick Porcello gets the win. He goes 7 innings, 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 2, struck out 3. Lenny DiNardo got out Joe Morgan. That's all we asked for. He went a third of an inning. Of course, he gets the double play ball in the top of the 8th. So that's how we got through the 8th with DiNardo and Corsi. Drago pitches the 9th. He gets a strikeout and a double play ball and the save. The losing pitcher, Jack Billingham, he went 7 2/3, 8 hits, 4 runs. They all came in the bottom of the 2nd. They were all earned. Walked 2, struck out 3 through 117 pitches. Clay Kirby pitched the final third of an inning in the bottom of the 8th. The Cincinnati Reds of 1975. Pete Rose is now 0 for 8 in this series. You know that's going to break out at some point. He's 0 for 4 today. Joe Morgan was 1 for 3 with a run scored. The Reds ran themselves out of an inning. Rick Cerrone, to his credit, was 0 for 2, but threw out 2 Reds base runners on the paths. So Morgan was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Bench 1 for 4. Perez 2 for 4. Foster 2 for 4. Concepcion 1 for 4. Dreesen 0 for 4. Griffey 1 for 2. And Cesar Geronimo was 2 for 3. The 1 run was knocked in by George Foster with his boomstick. So Reds had opportunities, but timely pitching and double play balls for the Italian-American Boston Red Sox got rid of those opportunities. So the Reds, 32 at-bats, 1 run, 10 hits, and 1 ribby. For the Italian-American Boston Red Sox, Dominic DiMaggio had a good day. 2 for 4 with 2 ribbies. And he is player of the game. Along with along with Rick Porcello. He battled. He got the win. He went 7 innings. Loretta was 0 for 3. Dante Bichette was 0 for... Loretta was 0 for 4. Dante Bichette was 0 for 3. Jack Clark, the pinch hitter, 0 for 1 for Bichette. Zeke Zarella, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Frank Malzone, 1 for 4 with a run scored. Lou Merlone came in to play defense. He started the double play ball that ended the ball game in the top of the 9th. Good job, Lou Merlone from Framingham, Massachusetts. Rico Bronia, 1 for 3. Anthony Rizzo pinch hit and stayed in to play first, 0 for 1. Bernie Carbo, actually, honorable mention. He robbed Dan Dreesen of a home run to right when he leaped and banged into the bullpen wall. Made the catch. He was 1 for 3 with a walk, knocked in a RBI and scored a run. Rico Petrocelli, 2 for 3 with a run and an RBI. So some clutch hitting there by Carbo and Petrocelli. Rick Cerrone was 0 for 2, but he threw out 2 base runners of the Cincinnati Reds. Andrew Benintendi walked in his pitching appearance, and Mike Napoli did not hit. He came in for Cerrone defensively. The Red Sox Italian-American version, 31 at-bats, 4 runs, 8 hits, 4 ribbies. There were no home runs in the game. Dan Dreesen almost had 1. Strikeouts. Reds, Pete Rose struck out Concepcion, Griffey, and Geronimo. For the Red Sox, Clark, Bronia, and Petrocelli. Once again, the Boston Red Sox Italian-American style went 4-1 in Game 2, and they take a 2-0 series lead. The next 3 games will be in Cincinnati. So join us for those. Probably play Game 3 either tomorrow or Thursday. And I think I'll be back shortly. Maybe we'll kill some zombies in Left 4 Dead. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's always an adventure. Remember, if you like this, the insane asylum, as Clinton Parks puts it, please hit the like button. Please share. If you're not a subscriber and you want to be a subscriber, subscribe. We're a fun channel trying to grow the channel and the community. The community are the people I mentioned, and also friends of the channel. You can see them on my page, related and featured. So check them out also. And remember to check out Bleacher Bums Gaming with Anthony. Wonderful channel. Card and dice, baseball, boxing, and auto racing. Also check out Higher Ground Gaming with Eric. Tabletop Baseball Plus with the two Earls. And Broke Black Man 94. Phil the Issues Guy for movie and TV reviews. Dog Sidious for all things Star Wars and movie reviews. And just fun chat. What's Blazing in Sports for your boxing needs. And just check out my page, because I know I probably forgot. Oh, Johnny Indie Boots and JD, also big Game of Thrones fan. And just check them all out. Thank you very much. And check out who they subscribe to. AU Pack Meals, another great channel. He does like a real talk show. It's absolutely marvelous. So, all right. Thank you very much. Health and happiness. Till next time, watch out for the curveball in the dirt, the big left hook, and most of all, God bless and peace.